शरद, गुड मॉर्निंग। क्या लग रहा है तमाम जो उम्मीदवार हैं उनमें से मुख्यमंत्री बनने के चांसेस किसके क्या हैं, क्या सोचा जाए?
देखिए राहुल, सोच तो सकते नहीं है क्योंकि दुल्हन वही जो पिया मन भाए, जो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को भाएगा वही मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा। लेकिन स्ट्रॉन्ग चांसेस किसके किसके हैं उस पर हम चर्चा कर सकते हैं। वसुंधरा राजे मोस्ट पॉपुलर लीडर हैं यहाँ, मगर कल मैं देख रहा था कि 5 साल में पहली बार वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की। 5 बजे बीजेपी की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस थी, 2:30 बजे कर ली अपनी घर पे। जब पहुंची वहां प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने के लिए बीजेपी ऑफिस में, तो कहा गया कि नहीं, सिर्फ सीपी जोशी और उनसे ही प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करेंगे। वो बाहर कमरे में ही बैठी रहीं। तो मुझे उनका चांस कम लगता है, हालांकि पॉपुलर लीडर हैं। गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत को देखें तो सबसे ज्यादा मेहनत करने वाले नेता, जो लगातार रात भर और दिन भर लगे रहते थे इस चुनाव में, गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत का नाम ऊपर चल रहा है। दिया कुमारी, राज्यवर्धन सिंह राठौड़, ये राजपूत समाज से आते हैं और राजपूत समाज से एक समस्या यह है कि भैरू सिंह शेखावत 4 बार मुख्यमंत्री रहे, चारों बार अल्पमत सरकार के मुख्यमंत्री रहे, कभी 100 का आंकड़ा नहीं पार कर पाए। बड़ी मुश्किल से अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने जाटों को आरक्षण दिया था, उसके बाद बीजेपी जाटों को जोड़ पाई। जाट और राजपूत बहुत अच्छे संबंध राजनीतिक रूप से नहीं है इनका, इसलिए थोड़ा सा राजपूत लेकर आए, कम चांस है कि ओबीसी का बड़ा वर्ग 16% एंटोगोनाइज हो सकता है। ये एक डिमेरिट है। बाबा बालकनाथ हिंदुत्व के पोस्टर बॉय हैं, ओबीसी से हैं, यादव समुदाय से हैं और उस तिजारा इलाके में है जहां पर हरियाणा पर भी इफेक्ट रखते हैं। और योगी आदित्यनाथ के समानांतर एक और बाबा खड़े हो सकते हैं हिंदुत्व के पोस्टर बॉय, और योगी आदित्यनाथ के गुरु भी
चला
कहे
पाएंगे।
जाते हैं।
बाबा बालकनाथ के बारे में इतना कुछ कहा तो जा रहा है, पर क्या वो सरकार चला सकते हैं? उनका आपको लगता है बेंट ऑफ माइंड है सरकार चलाने का?
चलाना प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को। राहुल देखिए, चलाना प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को है। मोदी मोदी और मोदी, उनके नाम पर चुनाव लड़ा है, वही चेहरा, वही रणनीतिकार, उन्हीं के मुद्दे। तो मुझे लग रहा है कि जिसको भी बनाएंगे वो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के छत्र छाया में ही काम करेगा। और पहले तो हम किसी के बारे में कुछ कह नहीं सकते कि कौन चला पाएगा कौन नहीं चला पाएगा। वसुंधरा राजे जब आई थी तो इसी तरह के सवाल उठ रहे थे, मगर वो अच्छा चलाई। एक दलित चेहरे को लेकर भी कहा जा सकता है कि अर्जुन राम मेघवाल, जैसे किरण रिजिजू को हटा के उन्होंने कानून मंत्री बनाया, तो कानून मंत्री बनते ही सबसे पहले उन्होंने चीफ जस्टिस से रिश्ते ठीक किए, ऐसा कहा जाता है। तो अर्जुन राम मेघवाल जो हैं वो डार्क हॉर्स हो सकते हैं। एक दलित चेहरा है, पहले कलेक्टर रह चुके हैं, एक समझ भी है। अश्विनी वैष्णव के बारे में कहा जाता है कि स्वामी समुदाय से हैं, जो ओबीसी आता है और पढ़े लिखे हैं। इसके अलावा भी कई सारे नाम हैं जिसे चर्चा की जा रही है। लेकिन मैं बार बार कहता हूं कि देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी चौंकाने में बहुत विश्वास करते हैं। उनके समय जो गेस दो ही तरह के लोग कर सकते हैं, एक मूर्ख और एक धूर्त। मूर्ख जो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के कार्यशैली को जानता नहीं, और धूर्त जो वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट है। बाकी स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट और वीक पॉइंट पर हम चर्चा कर सकते हैं। कोई भी कहीं से नाम आ सकता है। कोई भूपेंद्र यादव का भी नाम चला रहा है, कोई वो माथुर का नाम चला रहा है। तो नाम बहुत सारे चल रहे हैं, मगर कौन बनेगा इसकी गारंटी कोई नहीं ले सकता। कोई लोकसभा अध्यक्ष ओम बिरला का भी नाम चला रहा है। तो नाम चलाने से मुझे लगता नहीं कि हम लोग स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट पर चर्चा कर सकते हैं राहुल, गेस नहीं कर सकते। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जब कहते हैं कि मोदी ही गारंटी है, तो हमें समझना पड़ेगा कि मोदी ही गारंटी है।
When the ball is swinging on the tracks of Savai Madhopur, you don't want to take a risk.
No, look, whenever it is a state where the decision is entirely in the hands of Mr. Modi, he's come up with surprises. You've seen,
but is it entirely in his hands?
I think it's by and large in Prime Minister's hands.
Both.
Well, I think the Prime Minister, particularly in Rajasthan, if you saw, this was Modi versus Gehlot. You know, the BJP consciously chose Rahul not to project any state leader. They sent MPs like Diya Kumari and Rajyavardhan Rathore to contest, but it was very clear none of them were being projected in any manner as potential chief minister candidates. Even Baba Balaknath, you know, there's a lot of speculation. I think the calculation here will be who's best for 2024.
So here's what I'll say. I know for a fact on first hand that some of the top BJP leaders, those in very important positions who play a role in strategy, would like to back Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. That's the man they wanted. Last time as well, that couldn't happen because Vasundhara Raje Scindia ultimately prevailed. But Gajendra Singh Shekhawat is the favorite of those who are in important positions of power in the BJP. Whether that prevails or not, as I said, we have no idea. But he's the man who really is, in some senses, a blue-eyed boy.
He's a blue-eyed boy, but I think they will have to also do the caste calculus. Sure. I think in a state like Rajasthan, you look carefully at caste arithmetic, and then they will take the call. Do you want to go with a Rajput? Or do you want to go with an OBC? Do you want to go with a Dalit? I heard Arjun Ram Meghwal's name. That's not the first time I've been hearing his name as a potential dark horse. The one who's least spoken about might become the chief minister. Who knows? There are 116 BJP MLAs who've been elected. Who knows?
And could
who
be
that
somebody
will be?
from outside the MLAs
Sorry?
also.
Now that you have mentioned, his chances are out.
No, I'm not saying that. Don't go by that. I will tell you one thing very interestingly. I remember the day Vijay Rupani stepped down suddenly as Chief Minister of Gujarat. And I rang up an old friend in Gujarat as to who will become. And he said this precisely. The ones all you people in the media studios say will never become, someone who's never thought about by any of you will become. And that, lo and behold, it was Bhupendra Patel. So, who is the Bhupendra Patel of Rajasthan?
Okay, let's get in a word from Hemendra Sharma. He's in Bhopal, and in Bhopal as well. Remember, the BJP has done fabulously well in Madhya Pradesh. In that campaign, you got an incumbent chief minister. Unlike in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, where you can literally bring in a fresh generation if you want to, in Madhya Pradesh, you've got an incumbent chief minister, and part of the reason the BJP did as well as it did is because of the popularity of Mamaji. So now, will they keep that in mind when they look at the 163 seats, or do you think they're getting set to institutionalize a generational shift?
But even though Shivraj Singh Chauhan was not made the chief ministerial face of the Bharatiya Janata Party, but the party rode to power on the back of the Ladli Behna Yojana, which was the flagship scheme of Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So all eyes are on the center, but still Shivraj Singh Chauhan remains the front runner. But there is a challenge of sorts in the sense that Kailash Vijayvargiya has already thrown open the game, in the sense yesterday he has given a statement saying that was there a Ladli Behna Yojana in Chhattisgarh or in Rajasthan? So he could also be one of those who's aspiring to be the chief minister. And then there is Naren Singh Tomar, who was sent, but then the videos of his son that they came out probably pushed him a little back. And then there is Jyotiraditya Scindia, who could probably be the dark horse, because Prime Minister Modi has already called him as the son-in-law of Gujarat. He was here at the Scindia school the day these the names of candidates were being announced. So these four people are there, because there was also at one point in time the name of Phaggan Singh Kulaste, but Phaggan Singh Kulaste, the union minister, was sent to contest elections. He had already lost the election. So these four are the ones who are being discussed, with Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan still being way ahead of everyone else.
Could they do something radical like making a Jyotiraditya Scindia chief minister? He'd make a competent administrator for sure, but he's also from outside the party. In his region of Gwalior Chambal, the BJP, contrary to what a lot of ground reports were suggesting, has done very well. And it would genuinely be a generational shift. You wipe out in one go all the anti-incumbency and start afresh. But at 163, you cannot disregard the candidature of Shivraj Singh Chauhan either.
Absolutely, Rahul. I think if a generational change is to be effected, and I have no doubt the BJP will effect one, I don't think it will happen before Lok Sabha. I think the Prime Minister will look at Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan as first to secure them between 29 and 49 seats, and 29, 25, 54 seats, secure them for the Lok Sabha. And then post Lok Sabha, I would think a generational shift. Today, if you bring in a Jyotiraditya Scindia, he's a disruptor in a way. Generational change, but in a way an outsider.
No, but they picked Himanta.
I can see Jyotiraditya Scindia a year down the line. Even Himanta, you'll recall, you had 5 years of Sarbananda Sonowal, and then you effected the change. Will you do it right away is the question.
Pema Khandu, so they've done it. It's not as if
Pema Khandu, they had no option.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
they had no
Khandu in Arunachal,
also.
they had no option. But yes, it's not as if anyone is an untouchable. It's not as if, you can't make a Jyotiraditya Scindia. He has many of the qualifications, I believe, to be an effective chief minister in terms of effecting this generational change for a younger audience. But I do believe that when you won a 2/3 majority, it's not easy to displace you. And you've seen Shivraj over the last 24 hours. He's all over the place. He is already claiming, at least in Bhopal, as if he's been re-elected as chief minister. So removing him, especially an OBC leader at a time when Rahul Gandhi and the Congress, albeit unsuccessfully, are pitching the OBC card so far, I don't think you want to give the opposition any space to claim you're anti-OBC. That's my sense.